Hi everybody, welcome to Wednesday Webinars Live, and today we're going to hear from Annie. Let's call her Annie, she likes to be anonymous. So Annie is going to talk to us today about what she learned from studying at university in London, and I think there's something wonderful that you're probably able to take from Annie's experience. So off we go.
Student life, one of the biggest obstacles that I had to overcome was being out of my
So, okay, we seem to have a little technical problem here. I don't know why the video was just playing a minute ago. It's just
and was really excited, but
it's
then
just
on reality on your own.
okay, let's just see if we can get rid of this. Oh, that's me. Okay, where's our video gone to? Here we go. Let's see if we can play the video.
The good thing is that a lot of students are in the same situation as you. If I had my time over again, though, I would be more
Okay,
adventurous.
so in testing, the video worked beautifully, and now it won't work. This is so annoying. Do you know what? I'm just going to remove this video, and then what I'm going to do is share the video again. So bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to get the same video. And here we go. The
Overall,
video.
I really enjoyed
Here
student
we go.
life. One of the biggest obstacles that I had to overcome was being out of my comfort zone from a social aspect. I made the choice to go to university, got to the university that I wanted, and I was really excited. But then on day one, reality kicks in. You're on your own without your usual surroundings, family, and friends, and this can be daunting. The good thing is that a lot of students are in the same situation as you. If I had my time over again, though, I would be more adventurous, join some cultural and social groups, and really develop my people skills. I think it's a great opportunity to develop your people skills while you're at university. It's an exciting time, but it can be overwhelming. Warren Buffett says something like, you can't solve a problem from the same level that it was created. You have to move to a different level. So grow, push yourself out of your comfort zone, whatever your comfort zone may be. The social aspect of university is important, but don't forget about the educational aspect. I think if you really want to have a good experience at university, you need to set yourself a study schedule from the beginning. During the summer holidays, set aside some time to start doing some general reading. I always found the students that seemed the most relaxed always seemed to be ahead of the curve and super prepared. So if I could go back in time, I would definitely spend time working on a study schedule and sticking to it, being more consistent about reading, planning for lessons and essays. If you don't set yourself a study schedule, you can quickly find yourself running out of time to prepare for lessons, and deadlines always seem to be creeping up on you. One thing that my uni friends and I started doing was studying together, discussing ideas and essays. Study doesn't have to be a solitary activity. There are some great benefits from working as a group. Remember to be bold, and hopefully you'll find your voice. And this is also a good way to get practice, to have the courage to speak up during lectures and ask questions. And this is really where you can get the great benefits of learning. It may seem silly, but always remember, or just remember, public speaking is one of the top fears that people have. So you're not alone. Go for it. Another little hint or idea, if you are organized, and I'm talking about 360 degrees organized, if you are organized from your room to what you're eating doing your exercise, you will feel a freedom from this organization that doesn't come from the apparent freedom of not having any schedule or structure to your life. The old quote, fail to prepare, prepare to fail, is so true. And student life is definitely something that fits into that quote. Prepare for fun, prepare for laughter, prepare for the excitement of getting great results, prepare for the calm feeling that comes from knowing you have everything under control and your essay is already on time. The one word I would say, prepare.
Wow, powerful words, powerful words.
Overall,
Thank
I really
you.
enjoyed student.
Thank you. That was wonderful. So let's think about what Annie had to say. Gosh, there was so much there. Well, the end line was really good. You know, prepare for fun, prepare for laughter, but remember to prepare for your studies. Couldn't say it better than myself. I thought it was really interesting that, going away to university is such an exciting time, but when you get to university, you're there, you're on your own, your usual friends and family that you have as your support network are not going to be there in class. They're not going to be there in social interactions that you are now engaging with a completely new set of people. And I know that this year and last year, it's really difficult because a lot of the learning was online, very difficult to get together with people physically, and virtual, we've had to adapt. But it was really interesting that Annie was talking about it being really important that you push yourself, that you go outside your comfort zone, that you speak in lectures, that you prepare so you have the confidence that you can speak in lectures, that you put your hand up and you join a study group, that you mix with people virtually. It's so easy just to go to a class, say nothing in the class because it's all virtual, and then stay in your room and just work online. And that's not going to give you the best experience. Even though we're restricted about what we can do at this stage physically, the ability to communicate, interact, and speak with other people, we've not lost that. So really be bold. Sometimes when you're not in close physical proximity to people, it's much easier to be bolder because you're not physically there. So I would say to all those shy people, it's a great opportunity to be more vocal in a virtual world. That will give you confidence to be vocal in the physical world when we go back to normal. And what I really loved about what Annie was saying is that this idea of, being confident and being vocal, it's tied up with this idea that if you're prepared, if you've done the preparation for your class, if you've prepared in advance, you haven't got that panic, you're not frazzled because you're thinking, I've got 2 hours and I've got a workshop or I've got a seminar or a lecture, haven't done the preparation for it. You can be relaxed. You can go and have a coffee before your lecture or your seminar because you know you've done the work. And then when you log on, it just gives you so much confidence. Be bold, Annie said, and I can't emphasize that enough. We all have fears about public speaking, everybody, from the most impressive public speakers to those who really never want to be a public speaker. We all have fears about speaking in public. And the only way to combat those fears is to just go ahead and do it. And you'll be surprised at how the fears, once you start talking, gradually melt away and you can try to be yourself. Organization, preparation and organization hand in hand. If you can prepare, be organized, you are confident. If you're confident, then you can speak. And it's just like a little sort of train that you go down. Start with being organized, therefore you'll be prepared. Once you're prepared, you'll feel confident, and once you're confident, no one can stop you from speaking. So remember that, confidence, speaking in public, They are built on solid foundations of preparation and organization. And look at me. When I started, the video wouldn't play. Things happen. Sometimes, I did a test before the session, it worked fine, it's all lined up, you press play, and now it doesn't play. You just have to just go with the flow. When things don't work out, just keep pushing forward, keep being bold, because it happens to everybody and nobody's really looking. No one will notice the bit at the beginning. Okay, organized as well in terms of your eating, your exercising. That will help your preparation. Gosh, I can't say those things more, because they're the very things that I wrote about in my book, 10 Reasons You Didn't Write an Outstanding Opinion, How to Write a First Class Essay. There's all about exercise, diet, how that feeds into your preparation, how that feeds into you being effective in writing opinions, writing essays, and it feeds into writing your dissertation. Excellent. And let's see if we've got any questions. I'm looking in the comment section, see if I can find any comments. We don't have any comments at the moment, but I did get a couple of DMs, and so let's do with the DMs now. Okay, we have Freddie. Freddie says, hi, Suzanne. Love the weekly Wednesday webinars. Thank you, Freddie. Suzanne, I really like the advice, but I am disorganized and I find I'm always trying to catch up and I can never get properly prepared. Okay, so we are masters of our own destiny. You may have been unprepared and disorganized in the past, but you can change in the present and the future. Okay, so Freddie, you're not going to be the most organized person overnight. I say take control of one or two things. So, I remember my sister when she was at school, she would always be running out the house late, running to school just to get in before the bell rang. You could take control. If you're a person who's always late, make an effort to be somewhere 15 minutes before you need to be there. Just stop doing that one little thing. Make an effort. If the deadline for handing something in is 5 o'clock, that you're handing it in at 4 o'clock, and then push that timetable back. It's 4 o'clock, think about, can I hand it in at 1 o'clock? Yeah. So just start with small things, and gradually these things will build on top of each other. And even though in the past, Freddie, you might have been late and disorganized, try just organizing one or two things differently and being on time. And you'll find that will gradually build, and more things you'll be able to organise and to be on time. Great. Thank you, Freddie. Okay, we have another DM from Sangeeta. Sangeeta says, hi, Suzanne. Thanks for the Wednesday webinars. I'm in the middle of preparing for exams. Do you have any suggestions for me to help me with my study? Okay, Sangeeta, trip over to the website www.inspiredstudy.org. Have a look at the books that are on the website. You can get them on Amazon and Gardeners and most online places. We have a fantastic deal on our online courses in drafting and opinion writing. There is a 50% spring sale. So if you opt for one of our video courses, they are cheap for the next couple of weeks. So go over there and check out the 50% spring sale. Have a look at the video courses. They're designed to be easy to listen to. They're not boring and stuffy. You get tasks to do, you get documents that you can download, and they're there to help you improve your drafting skill and your opinion writing skill. And if you do go and buy an online course, love to get your feedback, so do let me know. Okay, thank you, Sangeeta. Okay, we have Paul, who's also sent a DM. Great, Suzanne, lovely to hear you talk about being prepared and organised. I'm generally organised and prepared, but I get really anxious as I move towards exam time. And I feel that a lot of my preparation doesn't seem to be effective because I'm stressed and worried about the exam. Okay, so Paul, quite understand. Everybody, like public speaking, everyone gets stressed out by exams. There's very few people who aren't apprehensive when an exam date is coming up. I would say that it's really important to put everything into perspective. If you've done the preparation and you know that you've done the preparation, yes, you're going to get nervous on the day, before you turn the paper over and, start. But honestly, you have to sort of breathe, give yourself some space, and sort of tap yourself on the back. I've done my best, I've really prepared. Don't put more pressure on your shoulders than you need to. Don't even start thinking about what happens if I fail or what happens if I don't get the grade I want. That's pressure you don't need. Keep yourself in the present, the fact that you've prepared, the fact that you've revised, reassure yourself, give yourself a good talking to mentally. And then when you do go and do the exam, do the best that you can, and then bring a sort of curtain down. Do not think about it anymore because there's nothing you can do at that stage. Just wait for the results to come out. And you will be pleasantly surprised, I'm sure. It's so easy to get worked up with anxiety and to just, feel that everything's crowding in on you and that it's really, really difficult to revise because you're so worried about failing and you haven't even sat the exam yet, or you're worried about not getting the grade, or you're worried about so many different things. Just stay in the present. You cannot control the future. Don't worry about the future. Just focus on doing your exams. I remember when I was doing my law exams, we would have especially my final solicitors exams, we had a series of exams that went over a course of a week. And in the middle was a weekend. So it was like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And it was literally every day there was an exam. And you almost had to become quite robotic. I've done the preparation, done that exam, books down, next exam, focus, do that exams, books down, next exam. And that's how you have to be, just living in the moment. You didn't have time to think, oh, how well did I do in that subject? What happened? What was, forget looking at the exam paper afterwards or even discussing it with people. Don't do it. It's just a waste of time. It takes your focus away from where it needs to be, which is the present. You've done the paper, you can't change it. You will find out the result in the future. No point in worrying about it. Live in the present. Just prepare, exam, prepare, exam. And that's where you get through it in the short term. When all the exams are over, you can sleep, you can relax, you can chill out. And then maybe you can think about, how did I do in those exams? But when you're going through it, prepare, and just do the exam and then move on. That's my best advice to you. Anyway, thank you very much for that question. Finally, we have one more DM. I'm just checking. One question I'm excited about the discount. I've got a question: how to overcome difficulty in concentrating. Okay. Why do people have difficulty in concentrating? You have to ask yourself, before you sat down to do whatever it is you were doing, were you really focused on that task, or was your mind somewhere else? Were you thinking about other things? Were you prepared for what you're doing? So, it's a classic case that if you want to focus and concentrate on something, then you go through a little ritual. You get your laptop, you get the books that are relevant, you open the relevant websites, you turn off your phone, you turn off your social media, you turn down your music, and you start the task. Some people like to give themselves a time for doing things, and then they'll get up and have a break. Other people like to just focus and go till they feel they need a break. Whatever you prefer. But you have to, when you sit down, be ready to do the task. If you're not ready to do the task, don't sit down. Because there's no point sitting down if you're going to look out the window. There's no point in sitting down if you're not going to be focused. Sitting down means I am ready to do this task. And if you're not ready, don't kid yourself. So when you are ready, you will focus and concentrate, providing you've got rid of all the distractions, you have everything that you need. Make sure you're in the right environment, you've got heat, light, you're comfortable, you've got your favorite blanket or dog or whatever it is that you like to have around you when you study and concentrate. You will concentrate. So I say, make sure the environment's right, make sure that mentally you're ready to study. And 3, focus. Yeah. It's, you sort of see this as a job. The job is to sit down and study. And it's like if you go to work, there's no point turning up to work if you're not well or you're not able to do the job. At the end of the day, when you sit down, you have to be ready to focus. And if you're not focusing, get up, get some fresh air, do whatever is distracting you on your brain. So, for example, if you're really thinking about something else, there's this thing I've got to do, go and do it. And then when you've done it, come back, sit down and focus on your work. Or you have to say to yourself, look, that thing that's niggling in the back of my mind for me to do, I can't do it now. Put it away. I'll get to it when I have time, and focus on what you've got ahead of you. Okay, well, that seems to be it for today. We've had a great little audio from Annie. She was wonderful in telling us about her experience at university and what she took from it. Preparation, push yourself, organize yourself so that you're able to be well prepared when you go to classes, plan your lessons in ahead. Find study groups to help you study. Studying doesn't have to be boring and solitary, especially in the pandemic. Be bold, speak up, be confident to speak in class and to ask questions, because that's the best way to learn. Prepare for fun, prepare for laughter, but most of all, prepare your work so that you're organized, that you feel confident, and when you feel confident, you're able to ask questions. It's been wonderful talking to you today. Next Wednesday, we're going to have another webinar from somebody who's going to give us their insight on studying at university. May even be a law student. Anyway, take care. Have a fantastic week. And I will speak to you next week. See you soon. Bye, everyone.